Sweeney from ladyintheblog.com, and it is literally 97 degrees outside. And what does a girl do when it's 97 degrees outside? She makes lobster pot pie for the very first time. So that's what we're doing. I was watching the Food Network yesterday, and Ina made this thing, and I'm not even a fish eater. I was dying. So I printed it out, and I'm going to give it a shot. Okay, so we have to use a 1/4 pound of butter, which my husband tells me is 4 ounces worth of butter. So I put half in this tub. I'm assuming this is fennel. And I didn't ask anybody, but I'm going to go...
What does it smell like?
I don't know. Licorice? It does smell like licorice.
That's fennel.
Alright, so then you basically do 1 bulb of fennel and like a large yellow onion. Chop it all up and saute it for like 15 minutes until everything is translucent. And I'm going to put a little extra butter for good measure.
A little extra butter. Wow, Paula Dane.
Paula Deen.
That's
all
it.
Right. Okay, so when I went to this store, they didn't have fresh lobster tails, they were frozen. So I asked for 3/4 pound of lobster tails, and then I asked him, how do I defrost it? And this is what he said to do. He said just to put it in a bowl, and every so often dump the water out and put new water in. And I very easily was able to pull the whole lobster tail off of the shell. So it was a fairly, I was afraid, but I'm not afraid anymore. They've been defrosting for maybe 10-15 minutes, and look, it just comes right out. Okay. Alright, so at this point the fennel and the onions have been cooking for like 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes, and they're like translucent. So what, you want to take a look? They're just starting to brown, as you can see. And now what you're going to do is you're going to take a 1/2 cup of flour and sort of sprinkle it in. And you're going to cook that for a couple of minutes. And this is going to help thicken up the sauce that's going to go into the the lobster pot pie. Okay, so 2½ cups of fish stock is what you're really supposed to use. But fish stock is frightening to me, so I opted for vegetable stock because I don't want it too fishy. So you put everything in and you stir it, and if you look, you can see it's starting to just all come together, and I'm going to let it cook for 5 more minutes, and this should all thicken up thanks to the flour. Okay, so I chopped up the lobster into bite-sized pieces, and Ina says to use frozen peas and frozen white pearl onions, and she says don't defrost them. She said just pour them right in. You know, truthfully, she does want me to measure it out, so maybe I'll do like 3/4 of this bag, because I'm not really one to measure. When you're cooking, when you're baking, it's a whole different story. Okay, so actually I'm going to put a little salt and pepper, and pour in my parsley, freshly chopped parsley, and my sauce that I made, which is super thick at this point. Take a look at this. Super thick, and it looks fantastic. So I'm going to pour the whole thing in. This is really heavy. And I'm going to mix it all together. The dogs are part of the show. I don't know if you know that or not.